My next guest on the One-on-One series is a very interesting person, if I say so myself, because it is myself. Nick Friend from Bespoke Media, Managing Director, is going to be interviewing me. And I'm going to share with you how you can keep 100% of your hard-earned fees and many other interesting facets that I have observed in my 50 years in the real estate industry this year.
It's my pleasure today to turn the tables on the One-on-One series with Paul Davies, founder and CEO of One Agency. Now you're celebrating 50 years in real estate.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell everyone. That's a bit embarrassing.
Wow.
Did you know I started when I was 5?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I was 5 years old.
There you go. Look, 50 years is obviously a long time to reflect on.
Yeah.
What are some of the major changes that you've found in the industry over those 50?
Through my 50 years in the industry, I saw a lot of changes, obviously. And a lot of those changes were self-inflicted. So, I've been a property manager for 6 years, then I was a salesperson, then a sales manager, and worked my way up till eventually I bought my own business.
Yep.
Then I had 2 national franchises, 10 years each, 20 years of that. And then I had 2 boutique businesses as well.
Okay.
And that mix of experiences has really enabled me to see with real clarity what works best, for me.
Yeah,
now,
okay.
everyone's different. Some people like to have a massive business and they thrive off that and they're very good at it.
Yep.
And I applaud them. But for me, I had a huge business that was costing like $250,000 a month to run back in 2000. It's a lot of money. And still a lot of money today, let alone what it was like back then. And it was a lot of stress and a lot of pressure.
Okay.
And I didn't really enjoy it.
Right.
And so and at the same, as I explained before, I did some boutique businesses as well. And I'd sell a property in the boutique business and I'd keep all the fee.
Yeah.
Instead of just putting it into the pot to pay the running expenses of the other money-hungry thing, I used to call it. Money-hungry monster.
Yeah.
And I said to Annie, this is so good.
Yeah, right.
So at that time of our life, my wife Annie and I, we had a 3-year-old. So Annie's spoon-feeding Bo, our son, in the high chair. And I talked about these experiences. And then I thought, well, why can't we create a boutique-style business that has corporate backing and national branding and proper marketing tools, the essentials for a good agent, and deliver that economically?
Yeah.
That's going to work because the old-fashioned expense-heavy businesses, which was the norm back there, were that's what everyone did. You wanted to open a real estate business, you got to go and get a shop, go and get a receptionist, go and get, and all that costs money.
Correct.
And interestingly, I googled this one. I thought, when Netflix was created, 1996,
Okay.
but it wasn't until 2015 that it came to Australia, and we used it here. So you got this massive lag period before the new way of doing something. They were disruptors. Yep. And in 2008, when we launched One Agency, we must have seen a glimpse of the future then.
Yeah.
I don't have a crystal ball.
Well, because you were one of the first to come up with this concept, weren't you?
We are the first.
You are the first.
Yeah,
yes.
we were the first, and now we're the most longest standing fixed fee. I call it fixed fee model, which is far more fair on the agent. And I was just talking the other day to a friend of mine, Tim, and I said, the whole industry's focused on GCI, all the time GCI. And that's the big lump of money over there that you have to earn.
Yeah.
And that's important. We all understand 100%. The importance of that. You're dead without that. But it varies from time to time for market forces, for your distraction, how hard you work, all sorts of things. But that's there. That's that lump. And then and people are all focused on that.
Yes.
And Nick, this is where the industry gets it wrong. Because the real thing you've got to focus on is how much commission comes out the other end after GCI, cost of running your business, net commission me, NCM I call it, net commission me. This is what you need to learn, ladies and gentlemen. Because a lot of the industry most get GCI right, but they don't get the bit in the middle. Because the the GCI and the net commission me, they're never the same amount of money, are they, Nick?
So what's in the middle?
That's called cost of doing business.
Right. Okay. So that's your office rent, your staff.
It can be a lot of different things for a lot of
Insurances.
people, but this is where this is where the industry gets it wrong, because every dollar
Yeah.
in there is a dollar that doesn't make its way over to net commission me.
Okay. Right.
That's the interrupter.
Right,
That's
okay.
like, where did all my GCI go? Cost of doing business. That's where that went.
Yes.
So what we do at one agency, and what I worked out a long time ago, is let's get that very, very slim, so that most of what you earn ends up in what you keep.
And I think the thing too is, if we reflect over the past few years, technology has changed the industry so much, hasn't it?
Yep.
There's a lot of tools available to help a business, and you guys have got almost the best of both worlds. We've got the tech, you've got an international brand, because you started this, as you were saying, with your wife Annie, feeding your son Bo at 3 years old, from your kitchen to now an international network of over 600 agents across 3 countries.
Because it makes sense to agents, Nick.
Well, it's
they don't want to be
attractive, yeah.
ripped off.
Correct.
They're sick of it. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And so with one agency, it's a very clean arrangement.
Yes.
In that we provide everything they need very economically. Then you bolt onto it whatever your business needs, whether it's training, coaching, technology, marketing. You'll know. They're different in every area.
Yes.
But some groups will say, "No, we'll give you everything." They don't. Or they might for a minute, but they can't. So for my mind, a user pay system is a lot fairer, because you're not forced into paying for things that you don't need.
Yes, correct.
And if you get, for instance, you get coaching, someone's coaching you, and that's a great thing, but then, all of a sudden you want a different coach. That coach or that coach leaves.
Yes.
We know people that do that. They go from one group to another group, and that group doesn't have that coach anymore.
Yes. Yep.
So you can add and subtract the bits that you need in your business on a user pay basis in an appropriate way, in an appropriate time, and make sure you're not wasting money.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be wasting, because the money is your fee.
Correct.
That's the cost of doing business. There's the bit in here that's interfering with what you get. And the bit that the agent, the net commission me,
Yes.
Nick, this is what gives them freedom. And we talk to a lot of agents, and what's the most important thing for an agent? Freedom.
Which brings me to the next point.
They want to be with their family. Go on.
The way one agency works, and I've obviously worked with you now for quite a few years, so I've got a really good understanding, but that word freedom is you run your business your way. There's no reporting to head office.
No.
Head office doesn't get involved with your business.
We don't take any of their money.
Don't take any of their
no
money.
commission. There's a small monthly fee, that's it.
But can you explain to people the fact that they can have an international brand with one agency, but still personalise it? Because in this day with social media and things like that, the agent is the brand. And I don't think we have to rely on the big brands anymore, because you're getting the best of both worlds. And I think you are the first to do that.
In my experience, Nick, it's never the brand. The individual is the brand.
Yes.
Right? All we do is give them the real estate vehicle for them to drive in their marketplace with proper branding, proper marketing tools to make them look good. Because to develop all that takes a long time and a lot of money, and individual agents don't have that area of expertise. All they are really good at, the really good ones, is going and getting money, business, GCI, and that's great. And they should continue focused on that. Don't try and think about brand and technology and marketing tools and all this stuff that complicates their life that they don't need to know.
Correct. And that's the thing, I suppose, if you're paying one fee instead of franchise fees, your income's growing, which allows you, like you were saying, get the right coach. What you were going to pay in franchise fees, put on an assistant, grow your business that way.
Yes, you can now. You've got control of your money to grow your business the way you would like to.
So, 50 years, long time.
Not really, I blinked.
Where do you think we're going in the next, not 50 years, but where do you think we're going in the next 5 to 10 years? Where do you think the industry, because I did an interview with an agent recently, and it was more aimed around the industry's going into a more of a digital age. So you were saying before about agents don't necessarily need a shop front, where with other franchise groups you are required, but a shop front's just not.
It's old-fashioned
not needed.
thinking.
It's not
I,
needed, is
I
it?
can't believe that anyone would make a decision to spend huge amounts of money setting up a shop front and spend all this money running their business when they don't have to.
So where do you think we're going in the next
You're
5
going to
years?
see more of that, Nick. You're going to see more of our style of business. This is not just, this is a global trend.
Right.
I touched on Netflix before. There's Apple. You know, you used to buy your songs one at a time. Remember that?
And now I'm old enough to remember that. Yes,
Yeah, just.
yes. Yeah, just.
Now you get a monthly subscription. You got millions of songs. I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, this is and it's not just it. This is a global trend
Yeah.
for fixed fee models. All you can eat, pay once and enjoy all the benefits.
Yeah.
And we are at the forefront of that in Australia. We've got more credibility than any other group in this direction because we were the original people to do it. And as you said, we've got a massive number of members now and growing fast because it makes sense to agents.
Yes.
This is what, you know, I've never turned up and trained an agent as to how to list and sell property. I don't need to. They already know.
Correct.
But what they do need is to operate their businesses as economically as possible so that when they make all this, when they do all this work and earn this bundle of money, they get to keep it. And that makes me happy.
And I think the thing too is the fact because you were the original disruptor in this space, you collaborate and work with a lot of, when we look at prop tech and all the people in the digital space and prop tech space, you're at the forefront of conversations before they hit the public.
Yes, definitely.
Which leads one agency at the very forefront of innovation and the future.
We can guide agents with the knowledge, the broad knowledge that we have across prop tech to where they can get the technology that they need. Different agents need different things at different times, Nick.
Yes.
And it's not a cookie cutter thing, and it's not something that we say you should, you need. We never do that. What we do is we try and listen to what they need and say, you know what? Go see MRI Software. They've got a really good product that can do that. See if you like it.
Yes.
And there's other players as well, of course. But the agent gets to choose, and that's the important thing.
Correct. Well, Paul, thank you very much for sitting down with me today. I hope you enjoyed the past 50 years and look forward to the next 50.
The next 50. How I started when I was 5, so that'll be 105. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Perfect.
Thank you,
very
Nick.
much.
Good on you,
Thank
mate. Thank you.